This video's not made for kids, you crazy bitch-ass bastard! Come with me to the Cedrian Isle off the coast of Britain. It's about 60 miles. There's good and there's bad and there's stuff in between. With steamies and diesels, you'll see what I mean. People and parcels, works lots of fun. Watch these engines out in the snow, rain, and sun. They work real hard, they stay on track. Oh no, there's some baddies, just watch your back. Are you looking for fun? Yes, we're looking for fun. Are you being really useful? We're being really useful. Sit back and relax. It's the tales of the Northwestern Rails. It's the tales of the Northwestern Rails. Hope you enjoy. What the dickens, Tiger Moth?
It was another busy day on the island of Sodor. Percy was just taking a stone train from Farquhar Quarry to the North Knapford Harbor. A workman flagged him down as he was departing. "Hey up, hold on, Percy. You got yourself a letter from Japan."
A letter from me?
He read the letter with excitement and showed Sir Topham Hatt what was contained in it.
Sir, I got a letter from Thomas all the way from Japan. He also mentioned turtle tunnels. Tunnels for turtles to crawl through under train tracks.
Tunnels for turtles that go under tracks. Why, that's pretty innovative. It may be a great idea for a certain location on the island.
Well, thank you very much for my trucks, Philip.
No problem, Hank. Oh, did you hear the news? About Puxatani?
Why, yes, I have. Little critter had seen a shadow. You know what that means. 6 more weeks of winter.
The rodent has spoken!
Just then, the 2 Pennsylvanian locomotives heard a whistle, followed by some laughter.
Am I hearing you lot correctly? You guys really rely on a rodent to tell you when a winter will leave, or sooner or later? My gosh, you Americans come up with wilder ideas every time.
Now, who in the Sam Hill was that?
Oh, don't mind him, guys. That's George, a steamroller who isn't fond of railways.
A couple days later, George was assigned to pick up some supplies. A fence was going to be built alongside the line that runs through Henry's Forest to keep animals from straying on the tracks. Next, turtle tunnels would be arriving in a couple more days later.
Alright, here's your fence pieces deserted for Henry's Forest.
Fences? Other animals I can understand, but for turtles? Aren't they small enough to crawl under the fences and get hurt by some of those rail vehicles?
Turtles? Really? Those big reptiles with their flipper? They're much slower on land than in the water.
Oh, they're big? How big can they get?
Well, I know that. The leatherback sea turtles, the biggest one in the family growing up to. Wait, why do you wish to know? I'm not marine biologist. I'm a gango cray. I got carried to unload. Bite me.
Okay, don't get your cables in a knot. I think I got enough information. Thanks, Green Crane.
Come along now, George. We're off to the forest.
I'm not mad at you, by the way. Just generally humado.
On his way to the forest, George began to ponder to himself.
If those turtles are as she said they are, then those tunnels would have to be big too. Maybe big enough to block the rail lines, remove the rails, save the animals. Win-win! Yes, I
George arrived in the forest, dropped off the supplies, and the workmen got to work, including Don and Denny. Then George approached the two with the idea.
Hey lads, got a sec? I have an activity for you.
Further up the line, Henry was pulling the motor rail. He cruised through his forest, when suddenly...
Stop! Stop! Henry, stop!
Holy smokes! Driver, stop!
Henry slammed on his brakes and stopped just in time.
Oh wow, we actually stopped you this time. What's all this then? Can somebody explain to me what's going on?
Apologies, Henry. We were told to remove some of the tracks in order to place the turtle tunnels here in your forest.
Sorry if it's causing any trouble, Mr. Metalhead, but it's for the good of the animal's safety. Besides, you love the forest and its residents, don't you?
I guess. No matter, I'll just take the center line.
With that, Henry backed up and switched tracks, continuing the rest of the way to Barrow Furnace. About 15 minutes late. Grumbling passengers emerged from the coaches. I knew we should have taken the Jubilee Bridge. Henry felt awful, but it wouldn't only be his train that's gonna get delayed. Several more trains were being delayed because of George's idea of the turtle tunnels, and he was admiring it.
Ripping up rails, living the dream, baby. What do you think of this, Billy?
But Billy took no notice.
You plump, overgrown, six-wheel tangerine. You have no respect for animals on the roads.
Billy continued down the line and then shared his complaints with the other engines.
Today was just awful. All of our trains were delayed.
It's all thanks to that pencil funnel on donuts. You know how he is. Hating rails with a burning passion.
Well, I did hear him say something about making a way for those large turtles. I haven't seen any large turtles. Have you?
I have. There's a sea turtle that could be big. Arthur told me about them once at the wharf. But the problem is your forest is nowhere near an ocean or a beach.
I'm starting to believe that this is one of George's plans to destroy the railway.
In his office, Sir Topham Hatt noticed the delayed trains as well.
These delays won't do it all. I better see to it.
A couple days passed, and the turtle tunnels have finally arrived. Hank was to deliver them along with his goods train.
Ha! So these are the turtles' tunnel. They look thinner than I thought. Must be for the baby sea turtle.
Sea turtles? Girl, what are you talking about? You ain't gonna find any sea turtles in a forest. The nearest beach is like dozens and dozens of miles from the Ballyhoo forest.
Well, how am I supposed to know? It's actually a river turtle. I work by the sea, not the forest. Besides, it's not my fault I was bringing Mississippi to that Steamroller. He was the one that first brought this turtle topic.
A steamroller? Was he green, perchance?
Yeah, who's asking?
God dang it, Tess! I better see to it immediately before he causes more trouble.
You sure this procedure has been approved by Sir Topham Hatt?
I feel like this is causing more delays for the trains.
We'll be fine. There's always a detour for the blasted radio vehicles. The Great Warden Spur Line, to be precise. Railways are no good. Turn them into roads. Pull them up. Turn them into roads. Yeah!
And George continued about his work, ranting his chant.
Rails are no good. Turn them into... Oh, shoot!
George Aveling!
Get out of my way!
George, look out!
In shock, George swerved right into an embankment.
There's no use. You're stuck there. We better call for Butch to tow you out.
Sir Topham Hatt contacted the search and rescue team, and Butch was escorted to tow George out of the embankment. By this time, the flatbeds with the real turtle tunnels have arrived. You good there, George? You looked like you took a pretty good bash to the bonds. Hold on, we'll get you out of there. And he did. Then Sir Topham Hatt spoke severely to the steamroller.
You see those tubes? Those are turtle tunnels. They're not going to be large tunnels that block the line. We're not making way for sea turtles. As you could see, we're nowhere near a beach. Additionally, you've caused some serious confusion and delay on the railway, giving the railway a bad reputation once again.
Looks like the steamroller killed 2 birds with 1 stone, and yet we helped with the damage. What have we done?
We're sorry for taking false orders from George. May we help the maintenance crew rebuild the rails?
Very well. I can see you two are sorry. The next time you hear about an idea, you must ask for approval from me or your manager first.
And Don and Denny were true to their words. They helped the maintenance crew relay the track and install the turtle tunnels within the ballast. After the maintenance, the trains began to run on time as normal.
New tracks. Much better. And accessories. Oh, this is nice. Lovely.
And what about George? Well, let's just say that he received his comeuppance by using his flywheel to power a generator of a recycling plant next to Whiff's waste dump.
Ugh, using my flywheel to power something so boring. I really want to get rolling again. You can't know what this is a recycling plant. Can you use junk to recycle and make new gears for your generator? What do you think, Hello Pole? Oh, who am I kidding? I'm talking to a chicken. Okay, sure. Good chat, I guess. If those turtles ever sorry, really. If those turtles are ever as she said they are, then the tunnels would have to